Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Costa. Costa is from Johannesburg in South Africa. So let's see what Costa has to say. Enjoy the interview. So how are you doing today, Costa? You okay?
I'm very good. Thank you. Nice to meet you face to face.
Nice to meet you too. So tell me, how was your day today?
Very good. Very good. I've had a busy week. It's been fantastic. I got a lot done, and today I wrapped up a whole lot of stuff, and I even got an afternoon nap in.
Amazing,
Like a
amazing.
good Friday.
Very important to have a nap on Friday.
Sure.
So tell me, where are you from, Costa?
So I am born and raised in Johannesburg, and I've lived here most of my life. I'm a Joburg boy.
What's the best part of waking up in Johannesburg every single morning?
So I'm one of these freaks. Johannesburg is a city that people either love or hate. I love Johannesburg. It's got a can-do energy. It used to be a mining town, so it's like full of cowboys and people who are just making business deals, and everybody, like, because there's nothing pretty here in terms of nature, we rely on people a lot. And so I love Joburg because you can meet so many people from so many backgrounds. You can get anything done. Business capital of Africa. We've got amazing restaurants, and there's just so many people to meet and see and enjoy. And that for me is an important part of a city. And it's very formal, and it's very relaxed, and it's casual, and it's rich, and it's poor. It's everything. I really, really love my Joburg.
Wow. If I'll come to Johannesburg for the very first time, what's the postcard of Johannesburg? What's a place that I can't miss it? I need to visit. I need to see it. I need to experience.
So I mean, the skyline of Joburg is what everybody knows. We've got this one tower, the Hillbrow Tower, which is like quintessentially Joburg. But if there's one thing you need to do in Joburg, okay, that a lot of people go to Mandela Square. There's a big statue of Nelson Mandela, but it was just named that, and they put a statue there. It's not where he was born, or there's no historical significance at all. I think as a tourist, a visit to the Apartheid Museum is probably the most compelling and important educational and absorption of where we've come from and the hopes we have for the future. For me, it calibrates the population, because the Apartheid Museum has been so beautifully made. It represents every single grouping of South African, and we have 11 official languages. We have multiple smaller communities, much like Brazil, that has an expat, like that has a German community, a French community, a Lebanese community. We also have the same, and of course 11 national languages. So I think the Apartheid Museum is a something you will feel, experience, and leave, and it'll never leave you. It's like the Holocaust Museum outside Jerusalem. It's like it never leaves you.
Amazing. And I believe I was checking your profile and you are a stand-up comedian, yeah? So walk me through a little bit about your career, how everything started.
So I started doing stand-up a while ago. I did it once. I really enjoyed it, but I got scared. So I stopped doing it. And then I opened a business, and I did a few other things. And during COVID, I decided to dip my toe in it again. So the first time I did stand-up was in New York, and I did a course with the American Comedy Institute. So I signed up with them again during COVID, and I did a little bit more comedy through them. And then I just took the risk, and I got on stage, did a whole bunch of open mic nights, where you do not get paid, and you just slog. And then eventually about a year and a half ago, I wrote my own show. I thought, bugger it. I booked a theater, put my own show on. It's a one-man show, and it's 75 minutes or 70 minutes of me standing up there, and I did it. And then it got very well received. And then I did some shows in Cape Town, Athens, and 11 shows in Johannesburg last year. So my stand-up comedy career is new. It is one part of my professional career. It's the most fun and the scariest part of my career.
Amazing. Wow. It's so interesting how, life sometimes, present us the same opportunity that we had in the past for us to start it again and embrace again and start a new journey. I think that's what makes life very interesting and beautiful at the same time.
That's the one thing. And the other thing is, I knew I had it in me, and getting older, I just went, you know what? It's now or never. And I woke up one day and I thought I would be so angry if I died and didn't pursue my dream of becoming a comedian. And while I'm a speaker on another front and I'm a business owner and do other things, the comedy is the one that gives me the most joy. And it's about giving myself joy. Whether it's going to make me money or not, I don't care. I love writing comedy. I love performing comedy. I find my life very, very funny. I don't know if you've seen some of my videos, and that's what I do. I write for myself, and that's what I'm enjoying. And I have a small audience, and I love them, and they're very supportive, and I'm hope to grow my audience.
Amazing. Very good. Okay, so during the interview, during the journey, I'm going to explore a little bit more about your career and also about your point of views, okay?
Gotcha. Let's do it.
Are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and share your point of views?
I love the way
Amazing.
you start the beginning of this thing. Do the dance. You got to do the dance. Yeah, you got to do the dance.
Welcome to William and the Magic Box. So I've got here my best friend. Okay, full of random fun questions. I'm just gonna play a song now, just for us to relax a bit before the first question, okay? Let's do it. All right, so before we start the game, during the journey, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about, some reason you don't want to answer, always can change, okay?
Sure.
Right, first question for you is, what is the most memorable lesson you've learned from your parents?
The most memorable lesson I've learned from my parents. Honesty. Yes, I have never heard my parents lie. They've never been caught out in a lie. They have a bluntness to them, and there's an honesty that they instilled in us as children. And you can't tell your child to be honest. You just have to live an honest life, and then they see it. And I saw my parents' honest life, and that made me want to show up in honesty as much as possible. Whether I am honest all the time or not, I don't know. I try and be, but I definitely learned that from my parents. I'm very proud to say that they taught me that.
Do you have siblings as well?
I have one sister. She lives in Austin, Texas.
Oh, wow, amazing. And which person in your family you are more close to?
There used to be a time when I could tell you, and now I have a very special relationship with my father. I have a very special relationship with my mother. I have a very special relationship with my sister. Each unique, each accepts me the way I am. And we have grown so much. I'm very lucky to have my parents still alive, both married and still living in the same city as me. And I have a very unique relationship with each one of them. So I'm not closer to any one than I am of the other. No, I'm very lucky with that.
Amazing. Very good. Next question. Let's do it. All right. Next question is, how would your best friends describe yourself?
Oh, gee whiz, my best friends would describe me as a handful. Okay, they would describe me as very energetic, very loyal, and a lot. Like there's a lot of me going on. My best friends are, because they're my best friends, I show them all my sides. And if I don't like a restaurant we've chosen, like I will drive them crazy. I'm a lot, there's a lot of me going on. But I think that they would describe me as very loyal, funny, yes, and moody. Yes, they would describe me as moody. I don't. I'm not an easy best friend to have.
What's your star sign or astrology?
I'm a crazy Aries. We the youngest sign on the
Yeah.
zodiac. You know, we're like puppy dogs. You know, feed us, give us sex, and we're happy. You know.
Next question. Right. So before the next question, when I was checking your profile, there's something there that you wrote a book. Yeah. It says there, from math to marathon. Yeah. Tell me a little bit about it.
So I wrote a book 5 years ago on a part of my life, and what I wrote about was growing up, being being the odd one out, the gay boy, the one who didn't feel like he belonged, the one who thought he was being bullied more than others, the one who just was misunderstood by the world, and it led me into a little hole of my own. Depression, anxiety, and I started drinking at a very young age. I was abusing alcohol, and then I was very high functioning for most of my life. And eventually, though, it caught up with me. And in my early 30s, I started using hard drugs. And for a couple of years, I used drugs until they started using me. And I eventually landed up on crystal meth, and it nearly killed me. And I'm very grateful that I got an opportunity to stop. A miracle, in fact, happened, and what happened next was my recovery that I dedicated so many years to landed up going on a fitness and health journey. And so the fitness journey is the one that from meth to marathons. I'd never done any sport in my life, and then I suddenly started running, and then I was doing triathlon and Ironman and marathons, and that's a book about the journey. Very funny in some parts and very sad in other parts, but it's an honest account of life as being me.
Wow. When you think about of that challenge journey, regarding drugs, when you look back, what's the positive lesson you learned through that challenge journey?
The positive lesson through that I learned there is you're not alone, and you have to ask for help in everything in life. Don't try life alone. And I was trying life alone, and that's probably the biggest lesson. And it gave me a lesson in gratitude. Like, I'm so grateful every day for my life, for my family, for I have everything I've ever wanted. No, I actually have more. My dreams are beyond. It's beyond my dreams. How I'm feeling about my life. Things don't matter to me, but feelings do. And the biggest lesson I learned through this whole thing is gratitude. I'm very, very grateful. Very.
Amazing. Okay. Next question is, talking about help, who do you count the most for help?
Who do I count on the most for help?
Yes.
So I have different people in my life, and I would say equally. And I can't. I get different things from different people, but all my friends and family, because I have one life and I live honestly with everyone, the same life. I used to have many different lives: the gay life, the straight life, the drug life, the non-drug life. This kind of friends, that kind of friends. Now there's only one me to go around. And it's the same me, and I present the same me to the same people, to different people. And I would say my inner circle is interchangeable. So it's my parents, my sister, my cousins. I have some amazing cousins that I love, and my best friends. I have a big circle that I count on any time of day or night. I'm very, very lucky to have that circle so big, and yeah, I can count on more than two hands those people that I've got as a speed dial. As you
mentioned that, before you're living a life as a straight guy, as a boy, as a gay guy, as a, not involved with drugs or involved with drugs, all of that. And now you live the only one, the only person. What's the best part of being Costa? What's the best part of being you?
The best part of being me. Oh, I really, the reason I started doing comedy is I went on a retreat, a silent retreat by myself for 3 days. And I didn't say a word for 3 days. I was alone. There was nobody around me. And all I did was laugh. I couldn't stop laughing. I make myself laugh a lot. I'm clumsy. I think I'm not. I don't think I'm clumsy. I'm well put together. No, I'm clumsy. I, the best part about being me is, I could be left alone and I will find the funny and the light and that's the best part of being me. I really enjoy my own company and I really enjoy laughing at myself, at my life, at anything. I think that's the best part of being me is the fact that I found a way to live with myself, and laugh with myself at myself. That's the best part.
Amazing. Very good. Ready for another question?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. Next one. All right. Next question for you is, what bores you?
Oh, what bores me is mediocrity. You know, I can't do the middle things, middle of the road. I can either do the trashiest fast food meal or the best meal in a best restaurant. Don't give me average. 3-star hotel. I would rather be in a mud hut or 5-star. Don't give me a 3-star hotel. Don't give me a budget airline. Like just medium mediocrity bores the hell out of me. Give me some color, give me some vibrancy, or like give me nothing. So this middle of the road, and a lot of the world lives in mediocrity, and we accept and we binge watch a nice series. No, don't give me nice. I'd rather have a really bad series that I can laugh at and criticize or learn from, or the best series. Otherwise, don't waste my time. So yeah, mediocrity bores the living out of me.
When you go to a restaurant, do you prefer your steak well done or rare?
Everybody.
Not media, not media, not media.
Never I'm well done, and everyone says you kill a steak, it's awful. I like well done. Never medium. No.
Next question. Hey, Costa, before the next question, again, seeing your profile, there were 3 words there that I was like, okay, I need to ask him about that. Nutella, Madonna,
Yes.
and Speedo.
Come on. I'm gay. I'm Gen X. Madonna is my godmother. Okay. I'm obsessed with men wearing Speedos.
Ooh.
And I love chocolate. Like Nutella, Speedos, Madonna. Life. That's life.
3 top favorite songs of Madonna for you.
Oh, don't make me pick. It's Into the Groove, like a given, Like a Prayer, and Celebration.
Very good. Okay.
I'm in the top. Oh, it's so embarrassing. I'm in the top 0.5% of Madonna's listeners on Spotify. The top 0.5%.
Wow.
Yeah.
So tell me, what was the last song that you listened from her? The last one that you listened?
I found a remix of American Pie that I hadn't found before, and I hadn't listened to American Pie for ages, but I found a really cool remix of it.
Very good. Next question is, what is the most difficult thing have you ever done?
The most difficult thing I've ever done. when I did stand-up comedy in New York for the first time.
Wow.
No, that it was my first time on a stage, my first time doing comedy,
Wow.
and it was in New York. I stood at the back of the room, and I could feel my heart in my ears, like boom, 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 boom. And I just thought to myself, let me just leave. Let me walk out of the club. Nobody will know. It's New York. Nobody knows me. They'll call Costa, and then he won't come out, and then I'll go to the next comedian. I was like, just leave, 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 leave. And something was keeping me there, and that was the hardest, like, life thing, like, but probably the hardest um is sorrow and grief. And I've lost like two other than older people who have died that I loved to bits. I've lost two cousins, like brothers to me, Johnny and Michael, and losing them, I have a delayed reaction to grief. I don't grieve in the moment. I grieve months later, and it never leaves you. They're always around, and it's tough. Grief for me is a life lesson I've been sent, and it's not easy at all. Mm-mm.
It's interesting you're talking about doing a show, stand-up comedy in New York City. Oh my God. Actually, I've been once in my life. I was just thinking, I've been once in my life. I was in New York City for the first time, and suddenly my best friend said, okay, let's go to watch a stand-up comedian show. We need to see. I was like, okay, but I was so scared because I was like, oh my God, I hope they're not gonna pick on me. I hope, how can be depending, I mean, the artist up there. And I was so scared, like so scared that they would pick on me for some reason, and it was an amazing experience. Saying that, I had a few stand-up comedians here on the show, and I had a lovely man from New York City. He's a stand-up comedian, and he lives in LA right now. And he told me that I think he was performing in Boston, and he said, William, I remember it was the worst one he ever had in his career, and he said that it was so bad that he could hear in the back of the room a gentleman putting his glass in the table, how silence was. And until now, he said, William, I still can hear this noise of this glass putting down on the table. And he said, I would prefer if everyone was booing me. It was like saying something, just like saying anything bad, but the silence, it killed me.
Silence.
It was so funny he's saying that. I mean, it was like when he started his career, but it was so interesting to hear that. Now he's in a different level, but it was so interesting to hear his story.
I mean, as a comedian, you have to bomb because that's when you learn the most. And I bombed once in Austin, but spectacularly. I couldn't believe how, and it was a room full of people. There were probably about 100 people in there. It was like this, and there's just eyes on you. And I'm going set up and punch, and nothing. Like one or two people, and you're going, and then you got to keep going. It's 5 minutes. You got to keep going. Oh, right. And you keep going. And then I ended my set, and I just walked out the club, and I never turned around, never went back. I don't know those people. I'll never see them again. Thank God they don't remember my name. It was years ago. I couldn't be bothered, but I learned so much from that day.
Absolutely. I think it's all part of the journey as well, and make us, more understanding and more mature as well. And the career, it's all about that. It's about up and downs and how it works. Three
Sure.
questions left. Let's do it. Next question is, what does happiness mean to you?
Nutella, Speedos, Madonna.
I love
Happiness,
it.
happiness means to me, so like I've looked for happiness all my life, and what I've realized is, happiness comes and happiness goes.
Mhm.
I prefer peace, because peace as a spiritual sense of, it's a solid spiritual sense. When I have peace in my heart, it's so happiness for me would be when I am at peace. So I'm at peace with myself. I'm at peace with the world around me. I'm at peace with what's going on in my life. I'm at peace with what I've been given, what I haven't been given. Just at peace. It's like, it's just like a release. That is probably when I'm happiest, you could say. Yeah.
Do you think happiness is a choice?
100%. 100%. I do believe, well, happiness isn't a choice. Gratitude is a choice that leads to happiness. You only have happiness when you have gratitude. So you can't say, oh, I'm going to be happy today. You get happy and you find peace by saying, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the illness that I have, the neck pain that I have. I'm grateful for the lessons I've been taught. I'm grateful for no money in my account. I'm grateful for breathing and this opportunity. And then with that comes happiness. Comes like, okay, well, I mean, I'm fine. I've got everything I've ever wanted. Like, let's move on. So I think that's it. That's it. Gratitude is the access to happiness.
Amazing. 2 questions left. Let's do it. Right, before the next question, I'm gonna put you in the spot right now. Let's say, you're gonna perform now with a big audience. You are there behind the stage, a lot of people there, the audience, and suddenly someone come up to you, say, "Okay, just to let you know, Madonna is in the audience right now. She's gonna be watching you." And let's say you need to, if you could choose one of your jokes or one of your stories, something that you're gonna go like, okay, I'm sure she's gonna like that. What would you share in your show, knowing that she's there?
Most of my humor is aimed at, being Greek from a Greek family. She's Italian from an Italian family. She's got a family dynamic second to none. Religion was like it was a big deal in her life. It was in my life. I would walk out there and say, Madonna, have you got an hour? Let's go. And I would give her my current show that is actually named after a song. Do you know what a souvlaki is? Do you know what a souvlaki is?
Wait a minute, don't say,
Souvlaki.
don't say, because it rings a bell, the name, souvlak. I've heard this word before, but I'm not sure.
The souvlaki is a stick with meat on it, a kebab.
Yes, but it's from South Africa. From Greece.
Yes,
Okay.
from Greece.
From Greece.
And my show is named after a Madonna movie. It's called Desperately Seeking Souvlaki instead of Desperately Seeking Susan. So trust me, I want to say, Madonna, stay there. Stay till the end and tell me if you like it or not. But the show's in honor of one of her movies, and the life is very simple or similar to hers, without the sex book.
Amazing. Just hope this interview is gonna get to her. Never know.
Yeah, no, she's ready to meet me. She's ready.
Oh, wow. I love that. Next question is, what is your most embarrassing moment?
So I don't get embarrassed easily. Like, if you're a comedian, you can't get embarrassed easy. And while I've only been doing comedy a little while, I've been doing comedy all my life. Like, I've been, I guess have I ever been embarrassed? I was very embarrassed that I used drugs. And I had some friends that I loved and I'd known for years, and they didn't know I used drugs. And the one time they looked at me and they were like, "Are you high or something?" And I was so embarrassed. There was a shame that came over me. And I was like, no, I don't like this feeling. I think I was embarrassed about that. But has anything ever really embarrassing happened to me? All the bloody time. But I don't get embarrassed that easily. I'm just trying to think. No, I think it would be like the embarrassment of being caught out that I'm actually using drugs, because something I wasn't proud of at all.
Good answer.
Can I ask? Show me that box, that magic box, because you let's see it. Ah, it's gold. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha.
It's gold and it's old now. My friend said, "Oh, you need to buy another box," but I got so this one is such a special one. Maybe when I start a different show, a different season, something, I would change it. But for now, I'll keep this for you. See how you can see some marks here. I've
No,
been
no, no.
touched so
Oh, yeah.
long. I mean, after over 1,000 interviews on the show, what to expect? So it's a very special box, and I want to keep it the most I can.
Gotcha.
Ready for the last question?
Ready.
Let's do it. Last one. But before the last question, through your career, I would like you to tell me a situation or a moment that you're never gonna forget. That you're gonna go like, okay, that for me, it's a situation or a moment that for you always gonna have a special place in your heart.
I will never forget doing my show, having my parents in the show, alive and healthy. The show ended, and my father was the first one to stand up and give me a standing ovation.
Oh my God.
My mother got up straight after him. And then, of course, everybody had to stand up because, I mean, the father stood up. So everybody stood up. And he came again. They came again to a show of mine, and they did it again. And they stood up. And so it's one of those things where I'll never forget because we've gone a long journey together. And the love they have for me, that moments and that I could give them so much joy because they've given us so much of their life, and I'll never be able to repay them for what they've done for us as a family. That moments just for me, I'll and just seeing him and my mother stand up and go wild, like that's what life is about, and the blessing of having them there at that moment. I'm beyond grateful.
Wow. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. What a moment. Wow. It's funny you saying that. I can picture the whole scenario happening and imagine your emotions. Imagine for the first time. My goodness, it's something, as you said, something that you're never gonna forget.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. Last question is, what makes you most uncomfortable about dating?
I don't get uncomfortable anymore around dating. I don't. Like, I know who I am, I know what I want, and vice versa. But what makes me uncomfortable is it's worse than a discomfort. It's fear. I fear rejection. I fear like my little inner child comes out, and I need to, and it brings discomfort, and this has been my journey in dating, is like getting comfortable with, if somebody doesn't like me, it's okay. It doesn't say everything about me. It says we're just not right for each other. But
Yep.
there's a fear that comes in, and sometimes, and as much as confident as I am, and as, oh, I'm great, and I never get embarrassed, and my life is perfect, and I'm so grateful, I become a mess around some dating scenarios where the fear takes over. And after I've been through therapy, I've written a book, I think I'm so amazing. No, like I have issues and they come up and I go, shit, I thought I dealt with this last relationship, and it comes up again. And I think it's a fear of rejection. It's also a fear of, I don't want another relationship to fail. So I'm scared to go into another one. And it's kept me single for many years. And I'm working through that now. And it's a fear that I have. And those fears won't go away. I now welcome them in and I say, okay, but now is this fear really saying something about me? No. About him? No. It's like, but sometimes I know the universe is sending me signals. And I love this saying, the Buddhists say, if you feel like your heart has stopped and you can't live without this person, they're not the right person for you. When you meet somebody that's for you, a calm has to come over you. And and the last few guys, that a calm didn't come over me, an obsession came over me, and the fears came up, and all the triggers were there. So now I'm looking for that sense of calm where I go, you're a nice guy. Let's see how this goes without being triggered, because that's a sign from the universe saying, walk away, Costa. But no, I see a red flag and I think, oh, that's a lovely color. What a nice flag. And I go past next flag and next flag. And before I know it, I'm in a circus. So yeah, no. The fears I'm working through.
I think no one is ready or knows how to deal with rejection. I think it's a human being, thing that all of us, so when it happened, we go like, we have this moment with ourselves of insecurity, of like, like what went wrong or what's happening. We keep questioning that. I think all of us, it doesn't matter how confident you are, there's always a moment with rejection that you go like, that's interesting, I was expecting that. So yeah, it can happen to all of us, and we are not prepared. Every stage of your life, you're never going to be prepared for rejection. It's always going to trigger you somehow. Going to question as well. Right, so the end yet. Let's play now the word association game. Okay, I'm going to give away some words. Just tell me one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking. Let's start with fear.
Relationships.
Of course. Money.
Travel.
Family.
Sister.
Life.
Laughter.
Love.
Sex is the first word that came to mind.
And one word for sex.
One word for sex. Sweat.
Ooh. Religion.
Love.
Politics.
Messy.
Friendship.
Loyalty.
Desire.
Sex.
Regret.
None.
Okay. Success.
Love.
One word for wish.
One word for wish.
Yeah.
Chocolates.
Ooh. Happiness.
Chocolates.
One word for Johannesburg. Chocolate. Joking.
Energy. Energy. Energy.
One word for South Africa.
Diversity.
One word for Nelson Mandela.
One word for Nelson Mandela. Pride.
One word for your book, Math to Marathon.
One word for my book. Integrity.
One word for Madonna.
First word that came to mind. First word.
Okay. And the last one now, stand-up comedian. One word.
Pain. Pain.
Okay. I hope it's a good pain.
It's like I welcome the pain. It's the hardest thing I've ever done. It's about unpacking your life in front of people and working life out. It's about being honest. It's not easy. I've chosen it, and I welcome pain. Pain is my friend.
Amazing. Let's pretend now I'm going to go all the way to Texas to meet your sister, yeah? And I'm going to ask her, define Costa in one positive word and one negative word only. What she would say?
One positive word and one negative word. Positive word, she would say loyal.
Mm-hmm.
And one negative word, plenty negative words. Grumpy.
If I would ask the same question to your parents, they would say the same word?
My parents, one positive word, they would say they would say committed.
Hmm?
A negative word. Um,
Grumpy slash mood. Joking.
grumpy. Yeah, no, grumpy, moody, grumpy. Like, yeah. And with that will come selfish and ungrateful. And, I mean, you can never do the right thing.
I cannot see Dan saying that to you for sure. Let's play now, Costa in the magic box, and you can ask me a question. Oh my God, you're open your book of questions. Wow! But before you ask me the question, what is your favorite African word?
Ubuntu. Ubuntu is a concept of I am because we are. It is a
Wow.
concept of community, and I'm only who I am because of the people around me, the family, the friendship group, the society, the civilization I'm surrounded by. I am because we are. My favorite word is Ubuntu.
I love it. You can ask me a question now, Costa.
Right. So, William Ribeiro, the last time you got your heart broken, what did it teach you?
Oh my God. Ooh, that's a great question. Okay. I think my answer to you would be, I think, based on my last relationship, I think, when you love each other too much, I think you need to learn how to give space to each other most of the time, because of course understand, when you love someone, when you want to be with someone, you want to spend time together, but you need to understand that sometimes too much together can suffocate you, and without knowing, you can draw, you can get put yourself in a place that it you're not it's not yourself. So I believe that the biggest lesson for me is to give space for for the person that you love, like, when I say space, give space, like not just but physical spaces, or don't be together too much. I think that for me was the biggest lesson, because and understand, I think when we are in love, we just get so, in a beautiful place that you just want to be together, just want to have sharing time together. And it's beautiful, it's amazing, and it's not wrong with that. But I think don't let this intense love, take over. And based on my personal experience, it became suffocated, and we didn't know how to deal with that. But it meant to happen. I learned a lesson, and I'm glad that it happened to me, because I think I maybe I wouldn't learn that if I didn't go through that tough situation. But it was amazing. It was beautiful. It was intense, and I think it taught me a very good lesson, and I'm grateful for that, for sure.
Very nice answer. And good lessons. Very big lessons. Hey.
Did you enjoy the interview, Costa?
Yeah, can I ask one more question?
Absolutely, you can ask another question, just because you are from South Africa.
Was it only one question we have to ask you? I thought it was three. I've prepared three. Okay.
Okay.
So
So ask me the other two.
so the second question is, when is the last time you prayed for something important, and what was it?
Another good question. My goodness. Right. Very good question. I pray every night. I have a moment with myself every single night before I sleep. I think it's something that I've learned very young age with my grandmother, and I never forget that. And I do this moment with myself every night. I think the last time that I'm trying to remember now, but for sure it is something that I do very often, is about being thankful for, for the day, for life, for everything around me. And I think I prayed for my life. I prayed for things that happened to me, for being so protected, for being so, full of you know happiness. Sometimes I feel scared sometimes, because I feel so happy a lot, and sometimes, oh my God, sometimes I feel insecure for being so happy sometimes, that I said, oh my God, I hope nothing goes wrong, because I'm feeling happy, like, very often. So yes, I'm sure I prayed for my life, full of gratitude. Yeah.
Beautiful answer. And my last question is, if you had to show up as a color to the world, one color,
Yeah.
what is the color and why?
The answer comes straight away. Good question. The answer comes straight away. I love colors, by the way. I love colors. Colors, it's about expression. It's about, moments in your life. It's about, experience. It's something about color that you're wearing or you're connected. But the first color that came to my mind that brings me comfort, that brings me, peace, it's blue.
Blue.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Light blue. I like light blue. I think when I go to a place and this light blue is around, for some reason it's calming down. It makes me feel, calm for some reason. I always had this connection with light blue. Yeah.
Lovely.
Amazing.
Well,
Lovely questions. You made me think now. For sure, I was expecting that. Costa, thank you so much for the interview. It was a pleasure connecting with you. Thanks for bringing your energy to the show. And it's amazing to hear someone talking so open and so, full of gratitude about your past, about your challenges. I think it's amazing too when we are in a position that's, that you can talk about those challenging moments. It means that that's when the gratitude starts happening, because we are grateful for those moments. So thanks so much for being so open and take your time for the interview. Okay.
I want to say thank you to you for social media is very like one dimension. It's very self-centered. It's all about me. And I come across a guy like you who finds me online, click, and it's not about you. You asking me questions, and you're creating a connection with a stranger, and you're making it real. So the digital world becomes real. And I want to say I'm very inspired by this, because I'm like, wow, like I started losing faith in just this social media mess, and I was like, gee, I just want to honor you for the work that you're doing. And you do this every single day. And I've watched quite a few of the interviews you've done, and I'm getting to know people around the world. And I want to say thank you for what you've done in your way for your life and a whole bunch of other people's lives. So thank you. Thanks for
the magic box. That's the whole power is here.
I love it. Magic exists.
Before you go, Costa, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
Anything that I live by.
Yeah.
So can I use the F-bomb here?
I go beep.
Beep. Okay. So my mantra for the last year and this year is we simply did not come around. Okay. Take up space or stay out of my way.
Love that. Amazing. How do I say thank you in Afrikaans?
Afrikaans, baie dankie.
Say again?
Baie dankie or siyabonga.
Siyabonga. Like siyabonga.
Kia leboga in Sotho. Kia leboga.
Kalebocha. I like it as well. Thanks so much. Enjoy your evening, and thanks for the interview. It was a pleasure, okay? And
thank you, William.
See you in Johannesburg sometime soon, okay? In South Africa.
Oh my gosh. Please send me a message, and I'm a big fan of Joburg. Anybody coming to Joburg, DM me. Like, I love showing people the city. Please, with absolute pleasure.
Take care, okay? Have a good night.
Ciao, William. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why do you like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.